state staff that also have input into that claims too. So you've got a number of different inputs, if you will, all very sensitive data that needs to be compiled and put together. And then on the output end, you're dealing with benefits, and the state has switched over from a check system to a direct deposit or for those that don't have a direct account, a card system.
Yep. Okay. Like a debit card kind of.
Like a debit card kind of thing. So lots of changes happening. And I should mention, just for good measure, they also changed the telephone system has different prompts.
Mm-hmm.
So people used to calling in that would just, okay, I press 1, now I press 2, now I press 1 again, and I'm kind of done. Well, now those questions have changed. And so, if you press the wrong button just by habit, you're going to have to go back and do some stuff. So
what's
happening.
What kind of feedback have we heard from customers? I'm sure that some customers who are very savvy with computers probably love it. Hey, I don't have to go down there anymore. I can do it from my house.
They can even do it on your phone, on your smartphone. For folks that have the struggle with the computer, not so much. It's been difficult. And I should also mention, we have, there's been a real spike in phone system usage, so that's put a lot of stress on that system and has had longer backups than usual there as well. So, the system's trying to respond as best as it can. We do appreciate the patience of the folks that are there. But, for those folks, it's their mortgage on the line. It's their kids,
Absolutely.
clothing and food and all that. This is their lifeline. So,
but I've heard from staff that every day it's getting a little bit better. So,
and I think that's hopefully it's trending in the right way. We do also have before we end the show, we have another special guest here that we want to bring on.
Speaking of volunteers, right?
You got it. So we have a volunteer here at the Workforce Investment Board. Sean, can you introduce our guest here?
Well, while Sean is moving over to the mic to introduce, we'll just remind the listeners that we're listening to Working Lunch on 91.3 FM WCUW, this community radio, as well as Worcester's government channel. So your host, Jeff Turchin and Sean McGauley, and guests are here, and we're pre-recorded this month because of vacation schedules.
No calls, please. This is a pre-recorded show.
Yes.
How's that? Okay. So our special guest, Delir Mamin, did I say that?
Yes.
Close enough. You're giving me the look like, yeah, it's close enough. Well, thank you for coming on to the show, and thank you for your efforts as a volunteer. We've appreciated having you in our office as a volunteer. You do have a very interesting background that I want to get to. So, why don't you tell the listeners, where are you from?
I'm from Iraq. Thank you for yours, guys, for that opportunity. Yes, I'm from Iraq. I come from that country.
And you're Kurdish?
Yes, I am Kurdish.
So the Kurdish, that's the northern portion of Iraq, if I've got my geography correct?
Yes, at the Iraq there is two major nations living together.
Mm-hmm.
The north part is for Kurdish, and the south part is Arabic people.
So a bit of a mixture of cultures there within the country of Iraq, and you're from the Kurdish area.
Yeah,
which is the vacation spot of Iraq. That's where everybody from the surrounding spots go to. It's very beautiful. He says it's very mountainous.
Exactly, it's different. Yeah,
very pretty.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to visit someday. Maybe when things kind of calm down a bit,
go
right?
Together, yeah. I like that.
So you're here in America on a special program you're becoming a new American, right? You're coming here permanently to America, and you're on a special visa because of the work you did in Iraq as a translator with the U.S. troops that were there.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
And so we do want to say thank you for your service to our men and women in uniform, and I'm sure that through your help in translating, helped really in a lot of ways for our troops, including probably no shortage of saving lives and so incredibly tense war zone situation to be in. So again, thank you for your efforts.
You are welcome. Thank
and
you for yours again.
It's so rewarding for us to have you in the office, not just helping us with the office stuff and helping you kind of acclimate,
teaching us Kurdish a little
bit. But
yeah.
teaching us some Kurdish language.
You already know some words. Yeah.
We won't say which ones on air. Right? No. We've got we got some good ones. But we did want to chat a little bit too about when folks, the school, the education system in your homeland, right?
Yes.
You would go up people go through what age would typically someone go to school? Is it 18 or how old would someone go through schooling in your
Like
country?
at beginning at 6 years, people like a small kid is going to school for primary school. After that done, going to the high school.
So would that be like 13 or 14? You're done primary. You go. Does everyone go into high school, or do some go on to start apprenticeships, or how does it work?
Yeah, after done with high school, there is a like a college you can go to, any college, but it's like it depends on how much you get. For example, some college like medicine need a lot, like above 219. You have to get it that.
So you take some sort of test then, and if you get a certain score, then it qualifies you to go on to certain colleges. And do you have to pay for that as a or is it something that's free?
No, that's a good thing. Everything is free about this.
Okay, but you do test, so it's a kind of a merit-based system where you test in. So if I'm well off, if I come from a wealthy family,
yeah,
but I'm a little bit not so smart, right?
yeah,
Can someone pull some strings for me, get me into that medical school, or is it straight by the test?
yeah. It's by test. No, it's not like
That's interesting.
by money and nothing.
I mean, that sounds like a really interesting way to. I mean, it sounds like a pretty good way of doing things.
Jeff, I heard you mention pulling strings, and I was talking to Lair earlier, and the way people get jobs there is you don't really apply for them. If you know somebody or have a relative in a company, they'll refer you, and then you'll.
So much more relationship
it's all
based,
about
it's
you know
all
somebody who works
yeah.
there.
It's all depending on relationship. For example, I have that job before I come here for oil companies for searching for oil. I didn't get that job. Never if I don't know somebody. I have a friend. That friend, like one relative, he was working for that company, and my friend told them if there's any opportunity for your job, just let us know. So they have that opportunity, and by that way.
So there's no like job postings and all that. Well, a lot of it in the United States, a lot of it is mandated. That's why a lot of companies do the things they need to do for outreaches. It's actually mandated through civil rights, I believe. Because they wanted to make sure that there was opportunities there beyond just what quote unquote might be considered the old boy network. And so through civil rights, they've kind of mandated posting of jobs and equal opportunity employer and that kind of thing. So very relationship based, but still, I would imagine you need to have the background that's required. Like if you were going to go for an oil company job as like a geologist, they're only looking for people that went to school for that. It's just kind of who knows someone with that background.
Yeah, that's right. That's basically you need it. Yeah.
And your background was being a teacher?
Yes, I'm teacher. For 4 years, I was teaching for primary school.
Okay.
Me and my wife, both.
That's great. And your wife is also a volunteer at the workforce board, so we definitely appreciate
Thank you.
The work that you're doing there. So how hard is it to get into school as a teacher? To go to college to become a teacher?
Yeah, for that one, it's not like a very difficult. You just like a study. For example, for us, we like to go to like a being teacher for English.
Yeah.
So we study 2 years about that for like.
What was do you have to have like above like a 210 or 200?
What's that?
You mentioned to go into medical school, you need to test above 219 or whatever.
Like
is there like a score?
Yeah, you have to have that mark above 19, like for 100, like that. But for
see, you should have lied to me. You should have said it's very difficult to become a teacher. It's most difficult, though. Yeah, 500. It's the highest. I wouldn't have known. You would.
For teacher, it's simple. No, it's easier. The teacher is easier, and after that, going to the other parts, the other field for like medicine or engineering, that all need a good mark. So
volunteering here with us, I know that you're also looking for opportunities here. So you're looking for employment here, including maybe getting back into teacher, but also you work with the U.S. troops. Maybe a security position, or maybe
that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, of course. I just know. I just want to like work into one field I like it. So security or teaching, It's good for me.
And I just want to mention too that Dalir is a member at the Career Center upstairs, which I think is good because in Iraq they don't do any interviews. They show up for the job and then the next day they're hired.
Yeah.
So interviewing was something that was very new to Dalir.
Exactly.
And, it's a workshop that's offered upstairs, so I think that's
that's excellent. You know, and I know that we have a cultural competency advisory committee at the WIB to help the Career Center and in our youth programs and other programs, you know, understand, make sure that they're being culturally sensitive in the delivery of our programs, and make sure that we're serving all of the community. And one of our partners in that is Lutheran Social Services, who has helped us with some cultural understanding from the different populations that are coming to Worcester. I mean, over time, the population shift, you know, the immigrants coming from different areas, you know. And Bob, when did the Polish when did the Polish folks come over to Worcester? Like the 1910s or something? 1900s?
Between 1886 with minor groups, but mostly 1904, prior to World War I.
Wow. Okay. So, and then like they kind of came in through waves, right? The Irish came, then the Polish. Lord help us, the French Canadians came down. Of Turgeon, I'm a member of, and so, you know, today's immigration flow looks a lot different. You know, we've got a fairly large community of Iraqi refugees in Worcester. I think one of the largest in the country, if I'm not I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, a large Arabic actually living at Worcester. I heard that, but for Kurdish people, maybe like a few family, but all coming from Iraq. Yes, yeah.
So how do you you know, how do you get along with your Arabic co-countrymen, considering you were, you know, a different province and, you know, kind of a separate province within?
Yes.
You know, it's almost like in Canada. You know, in Canada you have the French-speaking province,
like
and then you have the English-based province, and you know, traditionally they were different you know, cultures.
Totally, yes.
And so there's still a little tension to this day. You know, so how do you get along with? I mean, is it because you're here in a totally different environment? Do you bond together more, or is there still kind of a cultural divide between, and you speak different languages for one?
Yeah. I believe it's like a depend on each person. So some people like have a good relation and doesn't care about where you from, where you come, like that. But you know,
I mean, are you like, hey, Iraq, all right, we're from Iraq?
Yeah.
Is it, yeah?
Yeah, some people, like it. When some
now, if I meet an Arabic, Iraqi immigrant here, and I say, Cherny Bassett, which is like hello in Kurdish.
Yes.
Would they know any Kurdish at all? Would they?
No.
They'd just look at me like I might as well be speaking like Polish or something. How would I say hello in Polish, Bob?
Hello is Jane Dobry.
Oh, Jane Dobry.
Jane Dobry.
Or hi is Chesht.
Chesht.
See, you know.
Sean loves my language.
Yeah.
My language.
Because you don't just do it. You give like a personality to it. Like you did something with your
Right.
mouth. And, like, you give it like an act, like a.
I should work that into the
put
act,
your own
right?
Voice to it. It's.
I should have. Maybe I'll have a Polish-speaking puppet in my hip hop.
That'd be very interesting.
Jessica behind the camera is shaking her head no. She does not think that would be a big hit.
I think you're good. You know some words for like each language. For example,
yeah,
Kurdish.
exactly. I should know enough from each that wherever I get dropped in the world, I'd be able to. Yeah, say hello. Say hello. Yes. So, thank you again for the work you're doing on behalf, and
I'll help you with.
It is fascinating to have a window on a totally different culture, and the different facets of your culture. And I know one of the interesting aspects of the Kurdish culture is that as a people, as a background, you're kind of spread among, I think, 3 or 4 countries. I think it's mainly northern Iraq, but then also Turkey, Syria, and Iran. And so together, you know, you would almost be like your own nation if you were culturally basing it, and so that creates its interesting aspects of how you relate to your co-culturalists over the border in Turkey. Say, I mean, I think there's a bit of workforce that goes out to Turkey and people coming and going over the border, right? Is that
Yeah, that's right. I just want to say that they call us like a big nation without state. They
Mhm.
call us for all population for Kurdish people is 40 million. The large population for Kurdish people live in other Turkey, and after that Iran and Iraq and small Syria. So yeah, we are.
And I can imagine that the Turkish government, the Iraqi government, the Syrian and Iran are not very fond of the idea of letting go of a major part of their
Exactly.
population to form their own country.
Mhm.
So there's probably a bit of back and
Yeah.
forth on that.
They all like help together to avoid we have a state.
Yeah.
So they don't let us. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, well, thanks again for being here. We're gonna let you
Welcome.
go now, and we're gonna have you come back to the office with us and continue your
You're
work
gonna let him
with.
come in.
Survey, huh?
No, we're gonna move beyond this. I know Sean had some other things he wanted to talk about, some burning stuff that he wanted to get off his chest. See how I did that? I worked that in there, right?
Nice.
So,
thank you guys.
so-
Thank you. Have a good day.
Qualagong. Did I say it?
Oh.
Qualagal.
Joheves.
Sean is good. Sean is good.
Well, he's doing the like friendly, like I'm your buddy, goodbye, and I'm attempting to give a more formal Qualagal.
Quad legal.
Qualagal.
Yeah, that's right. It's good.
So thank you again. Okay,
welcome.
Sean, come on over.
Have a good day.
Okay, so you're listening to the Working Lunch here on WCUW 91.3 FM on your dial. Also being taped and shown on the Worcester's government
Channel 12.
television channel. Oh, I like the way you said that.
Channel 12.
Channel 12.
And we have about 5 minutes left.
Jessica, do you need
minutes.
anyone to do like voiceovers for Channel 12? Like, be like, in a world gone mad. Next season on Channel 12. We should do some reality shows. We could do some great reality shows for like.
Next month.
No, not work. I don't think Workforce would make for a great. Well, you know what? The Career Center staff really would be. That would be an excellent. You know, there's one out there. I think there's a reality show on the Southwest Airlines, right? And it just shows like a lot of angry people and the logistics of being in the Career Center folks. Yeah, a lot of. I think the big difficulty there would be the privacy issues. You know, people coming into the Career Center and all that.
Talking about reality shows, one reality show host is really into youth skills and everything, and that is Mike Rowe.
Dirty Jobs.
Dirty Jobs. He's supported by Caterpillar, has a great foundation, and is supporting.
Does the Sears commercials?
Yes. No. Does he use
Ford.
yours? Ford, yeah.
He
Ford.
does-
That's what he has, Ford.
He
Yeah,
does
Ford.
a lot of Ford.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Yep.
Downey, too, huh?
And
Downey.
a lot of his money goes to the foundation.
Yeah. So that's a good example, right? But
Yep.
here locally,
Yes.
I think there'd be some great opportunities for reality programming.
Oh, yes.
I'm going back to that one.
You just want a TV show, don't you?
No. I totally don't think.
Only
I-
somebody would follow me around with a camera.
No. I don't think that would make for very good television. But I'm thinking there's plenty.